Hello everyone. So I didn't expect to make a video about the Oscars today. I have thoughts about the Oscars. I told myself that every year I don't really make a video on the Oscars much nowadays, but this was different. So let me give you my thoughts on the Oscars. Okay, I'm not gonna go through every category. I felt like a lot of it was deserved, which was great. But let's talk about the positives before I get to the real negatives. I loved how this whole Oscars felt a little bit more communal rather than being like a separate entity of its own. Like in previous years, it was like in this big theater. Of course, they couldn't do that, and so they had like the Oscars in this set piece that was reminiscent of like the old days of Hollywood, where like people would be on like dining tables and whatnot, just enjoying the show, right? And that was it. And it was all like nominations. And I also feel like the show didn't have a lot of distractions along the way. There was one point where they did like a whole like trivia game about like music in film, which I felt was kind of fun, I guess. It was a nice little like pre-show thing that was like, okay, that's cool. Well, not really pre-show thing, but it was like before like some of the bigger awards. And it was nice. I felt it was pretty cool. I also liked how there wasn't like a lot of weird cringy jokes along the way. It just was very straightforward. It was, the nominees got their awards. They did their speeches. There was some weird things though with the award show. So we're going to start with some of the weird stuff. First off, the structure was very weird, and I have a feeling I know why they structured it the way that they did, and it's weird. In previous years, you would end with Best Actress, Best Actor, and then Best Picture, right? And Best Director, right? All those four categories would be the last ones. But Best Director ended up being like towards the beginning of the show, and then Best Actor, Actress was the final awards of the night, which was just so weird to me. It was weird that that was the last thing. But we all know why now that we've seen the news headlines this morning. So we'll get to that in a second. I also found it weird that there was kind of some inconsistencies in the show. So, for example, with the best original song for movies, they played the clips of the songs themselves. But with the nominees for best original score, they didn't play like a music cue for any of those original soundtracks for the songs or the film's soundtracks. It was just kind of weird, right? And then with Best Actor, Actress, Supporting Actress, with Supporting Actor parts, they didn't play clips of each of the actors, their performances, right? They didn't. But with like the Best Picture, they were like, okay, well, we'll put all the different clips that we want. It's like, well, that's just weird, right? There's just some inconsistencies here and there when it comes to the production of it all. To keep it under 3 hours, I felt that was pretty cool. Going from 5 p.m. where I am to about 8:15. Like, yeah, that's about 3.5 hours. And, in previous years, it was like 4 or 5 hours. So good on Steven Soderbergh, the producer of this, to be like, yeah, cool. Now we have to get to the real problem of this show. I want to first and foremost, I do not want to see anyone go after Anthony Hopkins or Frances McDormand because they won an award, right? What we're not going to do is we're not going to bully an 83-year-old autistic actor for winning an award, like, at all, right? That's the Academy's decision, and that's that, right? The producers knew ahead of time who was going to win. And I feel like to mitigate the ratings disaster that it would have been if they had placed it before Best Picture, I felt like that was the reason why it was so weirdly like bunched together. How it was like rearranged in a way that was like, oh yeah, last one of the night is actor. And a lot of us on the internet, including people in my Discord that I follow, we all thought that Chadwick Boseman was going to win. We all did. And Even with the In Memoriam, which is another thing I'll talk about in a second. The In Memoriam ended with Chadwick Boseman, and it sets itself up for Chadwick Boseman to win Best Actor. And it doesn't happen. Which immediately, when that happened last night, I yelled bullshit. And I felt it was very disrespectful too. The Academy members don't know shit, right? The Academy members don't know shit. Chadwick Boseman deserved it. Like, look, I liked Anthony Hopkins in The Father. He was really great in that movie, right? He was really great. I just thought that Chadwick Boseman deserved it a little bit more. And what I also found disrespectful is every person in that audience got a copy of an NFT of Chadwick Boseman's head that was gold. I just felt that was weird. Like, the very fact that, like, you know, at the end of the show, Chadwick Boseman doesn't win, but yet you get, like, Chadwick Boseman's head, which is an NFT, which is a whole other issue. Now, granted, with the whole NFT thing, they saved the original copy of the NFT to be auctioned off for efforts of raising money for colon cancer research. And I felt that was perfectly fine. But to give out all these other NFTs to the Oscar members, including the family of Chadwick Boseman, by the way, who was sitting in the audience, only to be disrespected like that I blame the Academy members. And I also blame the producers, too, for leaving that as the finale of the entire show. And I also want to get to the In Memoriam. The In Memoriam, I felt, was edited poorly. Like, there's certain parts where, like, it speeds through the names because they had to get through them so fast. Because there was a lot of people who died last year. But, like, the fact that, like, in some cases with, like, the actors part, like, whenever you come across, like, an actor, there's not, like, a clip of them acting. It's just a picture. Which is just weird, because, like, in previous years with, like, Robin Williams and, like, so many other different people, they had clips of them acting in the In Memoriam. They actually took time to, like, remember these people. And yet, in this case, they wanted to rush through it so fast because they didn't want to lose, like, ratings, I felt. And that is just the most... it just makes me mad. It really does make me mad that they did that, too. Yeah, I have nothing really much else to say about the Oscars. I'm a little disappointed. But here's a couple other things I want to say about the Oscars. Best Animated Feature, it could have gone either way. I wanted Wolfwalkers to win, but if Soul won, I would not have been mad, right? And, you know, Soul won. So, there's that. And then, let's see. Best Documentary. The biggest curveball that whole night was, oh yeah, here is a documentary about a guy who loves an octopus. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that wins over, like, Crip Camp, which is about, like, you know, the history of how disabled people have been disenfranchised and the people who are in that community that try to fight for their rights to be treated as equals. Like, yeah, like that movie should have won. But then you get I Like Octopus as the movie. And that's it. Like, it's the weirdest thing in that whole award show that was like, it just comes out of nowhere, right? I felt that was just, it just comes out of nowhere. Let's see, what else? I don't think I have anything else. Oh yeah, there was a funny tweet with that one. The octopus teacher thing. It's like, we have multiple awards for a movie about a guy who plays drums. We have an award for a documentary about an octopus, but we don't have an Oscar for a movie that had a drumming octopus in Aquaman. I felt that was the funniest tweet, so I retweeted it on my Twitter. It was hilarious. But yeah, there was definitely some pros to this new format of how they do the Oscars, but I also felt the way that they produced the Oscars towards the very end of the show was kind of shitty. And even Joaquin Phoenix, who presented the award, looked kind of mad. He looked kind of mad after he presented that award. And maybe he knew that Chadwick Boseman should have won. And yeah, that's some fuckery. That is some real fuckery. So yeah, I've gone on for about 10 minutes now. So yeah. In the meantime, as you watch this video, I'll be working on my Falcon and Winter Soldier review, as well as my video for this upcoming Friday for my Criterion Collection video. So, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.